Hey guys, I'm Giovanni and welcome back to Salt and Pepper Pickleball, where we serve up that good old pickle and pasión. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Today, we will be talking about a paddle with a name that sounds less like a pickleball paddle and more like a weapon of the gods from Greek mythology. Today we're talking about the Alpha Omega Aries. Yes, the Alpha Omega Aries. So let me talk about the Alpha Omega company really quick because I'm very impressed by the company. So the owner of the company is Andreas Katsaonis, who is currently a 19-year-old college student attending the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, studying business, making him one of the youngest that I know of to start a pickleball paddle company. Now, I actually got to chat with Andreas a little bit and ask him a couple of questions. And so I found out that Andreas got the idea to create a pickleball company at the age of 17 years old, just because his father received a very expensive paddle as a gift and they were shocked by the price. So this is what essentially lit the fire for Andreas to start researching and developing his own paddle in order to provide quality paddles at an affordable price so that players don't have to spend $200 for a great paddle. Looking ahead, Andreas would like to help grow the sport for younger generations by pricing his paddles at a reasonable price so that high schoolers and college students who can't afford these $200 paddles but still want to play with a quality paddle. Now, even though Andreas has found it hard to balance his time between his pickleball brand and studying, he is still excited about learning about business while owning a business. Now, with that said, he also owns and sponsors his own team on the NPL, or the Nebraska Pickleball League, with a premier and a challenger team called the Vipers. The premier team this year took home the silver, and the challenger team, which Andreas actually plays on, they came home with the bronze. I actually caught some of the gameplay on their lives on Instagram, and they played really good. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by both the Premier and the Challenger team that I got to see on these lives. And after following the Vipers on their Instagram page, I actually found out that they got a hat sponsor by the Heartbeat brand, which is currently the hat that I'm making. Yeah. And it's actually the hat that I'm wearing. I saw Andreas wearing it in one of his photos, and I just fell in love with the hat. I love the colors. Everything was super cool with it. And then I like the pickleball paddle with the Heartbeat. So if you're interested in hats and you like this one, the Heartbeat brand, guys. I mean, watching them play was just as much fun as watching Pickleball TV, watching the MLP, or even the PPA events. It was a lot of fun just to sit there and watch, because I mean, everybody seemed like they were really playing their hearts out and lights out pickleball. So it was phenomenal to watch. But you can also find them on Instagram if you want to follow along. The next season will start up again next year, and it's going to be NPL_Vipers. So go ahead and go follow them and follow Alpha Omega Pickleball, so that way we can watch this 19-year-old grow his business in the pickleball industry. But oh yeah, we're here for a pickleball review, right? So back to the paddle. This is actually going to be an elongated paddle. It's 16.5 inches long. It's going to be 16 millimeters thick. It's also going to be a bit on the slimmer side, not by much, but it's 7.4 inches wide. So stock weight on this paddle came in right at 7.9. And to be honest, for me, this thing was screaming for some tungsten tape. So I went ahead and put about 2 grams of 0.5 grams per inch tungsten tape. I use Pickleball Effects tungsten tape. Well, actually, it's not tungsten. It's actually not tungsten. but it's their new silicone tape. So the handle length on this measured from the butt cap to where the tape meets the throat, that's going to give you 5.5 inches, more than enough space for that TUI. And with the taper here, you really get your hands in there nice and comfortable. The grip circumference is 4 1/4. So the face on this paddle is actually full Kevlar. It's actually the first full Kevlar face I've ever used. And let me tell you, I am happy that I did. But the actual Kevlar used to make this face is going to be aramid fiber. And it actually has EVA foam around the perimeter. So that way you can dampen those unwanted vibrations on off-center shots. So for those that are unaware of full Kevlar face paddles and what they're supposed to offer you, what they do is they offer a good blend of power, control, dwell time for spin, and then it's supposed to increase the durability of the face. Okay, so this is my first full Kevlar face paddle, and I was happy that this was my first. The color off the face is a super deep red, and the graphics are just subtle. So when I pulled this out of the case, I was just ecstatic. I mean, once I took the cover off this, I was just like, man, like this would make Aries proud. Like the blood red on this is amazing. I love this. And it did. The Aries has that solid thermoform pop. So when you're at the baseline, drives and serves come off fast. It's not shy about giving you some power, but the cool part is it still has a pretty controlled sweet spot. So you're not just going to be blasting balls into the parking lot. Because everybody knows that power plus control equals a happy pickleball player. Now, for the spin lovers, this is where the Aries shines. The aramid fiber on this thing just grabs the ball like Velcro, in my opinion. I was getting crazy hard topspin drives, drips at people's feet in the transition zone, and on those topspin flicks at the kitchen that made my opponents just give me that little side eye. You know the look. Like, really, dude? You're bringing that today? And I just look back and I'm like, yeah, I am. So close to the net, it's solid. Dinks feel clean. You can block with confidence. Now, is it as buttery soft as some control paddles out there? No. And that's only going to be because this is a thermoform paddle and it has a little bit more firmness to it. So when you're in those hands battles, you're going to feel that it gives you a little bit extra. But once you actually get used to that firmness and that quick reaction time off the face, I mean, you'll just start trusting it more and more and more in those hands battles. And it's going to give you that confidence that you need when, you know, your rivals on the other side who loves to get into hands battles, and you just have like a little bit extra than he or she does, you know? Makes you feel a little bit better than you are. And trust me, when those hands battles happen, the Aries is going to have your back. It's like when you're at the bar, somebody makes you mad, you tell your friend to hold your beer. This is going to be your friend that holds your beer. So this paddle is at a great price, and it's at just $119. And with my first discount code ever, salt and pepper, that's salt, the letter N, and then pepper, you can save 10% off of this or any other Alpha Omega paddle that they have. But the real question is, who should be looking at the Aries? If you're an intermediate player who wants a paddle that brings serious spin, reliable power, enough control to not feel like chaos out there on the court, this is going to be worth a look, a play test, and a purchase. Beginners can play with it, but it might feel a little lively at first. So think of it driving like a sports car. It's fun, it's fast, but you got to respect it. So yeah, the Alpha Omega Aries isn't just a super cool name. It actually performs. You get that modern thermoform feel, tons of spin, Enough power to keep your opponents ducking. And I'm pretty sure if Ares himself played pickleball, this would be in his bag. The question is, do you want to play like a Greek god or just a mortal? I'll let you decide. And hey, if you're enjoying these reviews or have ever tried an Alpha Omega paddle, don't forget to comment below so we can keep this conversations going in the comments. But until next time, you guys, don't forget to keep dinking, keep laughing, and keep playing pickle with pasión.